Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Marco.
And I'm Erica. We're so glad you're here.
Before we dive in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
And join us to learn English from beginner to advanced. Let's get started.
Okay, so, have you ever found yourself just, daydreaming? Like, what if you won the lottery?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Or maybe dating a celebrity? Or just, like, waking up and everything goes your way for once?
Totally. Or, what if you suddenly had $1 million?
Right. Or what if you could actually talk to your younger self? What would you even say?
That's a deep one.
Yeah.
Or maybe simpler, what if dogs could talk? Like really talk English?
Uh-huh, yeah. Well, look, these aren't just fun little fantasies. They're actually a really powerful part of mastering, natural fluent English. Often overlooked, I think.
Definitely.
Because today's deep dive, it's all about these unreal situations, things that aren't true right now, but maybe we wish they were, or we just imagine them.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll find pretty quickly, I think, that once you get comfortable expressing these kinds of thoughts, you just sound way more natural, more confident when you actually talk to people.
It's fascinating, isn't it, how, deeply embedded these unreal situations are in just how we talk to each other. Linguistically, you might hear them called conditionals. Specifically, the second conditional often covers these unlikely or impossible present or future scenarios.
Right, conditionals. Sounds a bit technical.
It can, but there's so much more than just grammar points in a book. They're really powerful tools. They help us understand how people connect, emotionally.
How so?
Well, how they share dreams, aspirations,
Yeah.
or even express regrets, wishes, longings, all in just normal, everyday conversation. They're not just rules. They're central to how we connect imagination with reality when we interact.
Absolutely. Okay, so our mission for this deep dive then is to really explore these imaginary hypothetical situations, but in a, let's say, fresh, modern way. Make it impactful.
Yeah, move beyond the textbook.
Exactly. We're going to skip the dry definitions and dive into, like, real stories, look at current pop culture, some modern slang, which is always fun, and just practical examples. We want to make sure this is genuinely engaging and relevant for you listeners.
Sounds good.
So let's unpack this a bit. Imagine a classic scenario, maybe chatting with friends, late night college dorm kind of vibe.
Okay.
Someone might say, man, if I were famous, I'd totally move to LA, get a house with a rooftop pool.
Uh-huh. Classic dream.
And then another friend jumps in, oh, if I had that kind of money, forget LA, I'd just travel the world nonstop.
Right. Perfect examples. That's exactly how we use these unreal situations every day. Let's talk about stuff that isn't real, but it's, fun to imagine together. It's bonding almost.
Yeah, it really is how we connect, sharing those wilder dreams.
And that shared dreaming, it carries a surprising amount of emotional weight, Think about saying something like, "Oos, if I didn't have to work tomorrow, I'd totally binge watch that new season of Stranger Things all night."
Oh, I feel that.
Right. You can almost hear the longing in that, the little bit of regret about reality. It's all wrapped up in one smooth English sentence.
Yeah.
The power of these conditionals is really in creating these shared mental spaces.
Shared mental spaces. I like that.
Yeah, it lets us empathize, build rapport, kind of safely express vulnerabilities or hopes without, committing to them as actual facts. It's what makes them so common, so resonant in just casual chats.
Okay, another really interesting angle here is how fast this language evolves. Let's level up your imaginary English skills with some current lingo.
Oh, good idea. Slang watch.
Yeah. So in modern conversation, people aren't always saying, if I were rich. They might say something like, dude, if I had that bag, where bag is slang for a lot of money.
Right. Secure the bag. Common one.
Or maybe, bro, if I could pull that off,
Mhm.
meaning like succeed at something tricky, or maybe wear a bold outfit really well.
Uh-huh. Confidence.
And a really common one now. If I had that opportunity, I would never fumble the bag.
Fumble the bag means messing up a great chance.
Exactly. Making a big mistake when you had something good going. You might even hear, like, if I had main character energy, I'd walk into that interview like a boss.
Main character energy. I see that everywhere. It's about embodying that central, confident role in your own life story. Yeah.
Precisely.
It's really interesting how imagination and slang just naturally go together here. These phrases, they're casual, they sound cool, they're full of personality.
Yeah, they really are.
And using slang with conditionals, it's not just about adding coolness, though. It often reflects, I think, a societal need for quicker, more nuanced ways to talk about these complex hypotheticals. ways that maybe formal language doesn't capture quite as efficiently.
That's a great point. It shows how language is always adapting, right? Makes your conversations feel much more authentic, more vibrant.
Exactly.
Okay, speaking of sounding natural, let's touch on some common pronunciation details. A really frequent one to master, especially with these unreal situations, is saying, if I were. You need to consistently use were, not was.
Yes, this trips people up sometimes.
It does. So it's always if I were you, not if I was you. Even though grammar-wise it might feel a little weird, native speakers pretty much universally stick to were for these hypotheticals.
It's a marker of this specific kind of unreal mood, the subjunctive, technically.
Right. So maybe try saying these out loud after me, folks listening. If I were a bird, I'd fly to Paris.
Pause for listener.
Nice.
If I were famous, I'd start a YouTube channel.
Pause for listener. Good.
And if I were you, I'd totally go for it.
Pause for listener. Perfect. It feels more natural with practice.
It really does.
And beyond just the were, it's also really important to make sure your contractions sound right. Like I'd go or you'd see. You need that cleared sound.
Oh, good point. Don't let it disappear.
Exactly. Don't let it become just I go or you see. Getting those small, deliberate sounds right really adds polish to your fluency. It shows you have a strong grasp of spoken English beyond just the words. Signals confidence, naturalness, definitely. Okay, now let's shift gears to something really powerful. Pop culture. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. They are absolutely overflowing with unreal situations.
Oh, for sure. It's everywhere.
TikTok especially is just packed with what-if content. You see POV all the time. That's point of view, right? Like
Right.
POV, if I had a time machine and went back to 2010, or maybe if I were in Euphoria, I'd be the chill friend who just vibes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've seen those. Or the self-deprecating ones.
Totally. Like, if my life were a Netflix show, it'd probably get canceled after season 1.
Ouch. But relatable.
Right. But these jokes and scenarios, they're actually loaded with amazing English practice. They mix humor, cultural understanding, and the grammar we're talking about,
Okay.
all in one quick video.
Learning disguises entertainment.
Exactly. Why not try it yourself right now? Think up your own imaginary TikTok line. Maybe if I lived in the Barbie world, I'd have a pink convertible and 0 bills.
Nice one. It's incredible how that integrates learning. You're not just drilling grammar, you're playing with humor, cultural references. That stuff really makes it stick.
Yeah, it really does.
It just shows how deeply these unreal ideas are embedded in modern communication, letting us kind of play with different versions of reality.
Okay, so now it's your turn to practice actively. Let's do a few together. I'll say the sentence, you pause the recording if you need to, and say it out loud. Nice and confident. Ready?
Let's do it.
Okay. If I were taller, I'd try out for basketball.
Pause.
Good. Next, if my phone wasn't dead, I'd text her right now.
Mm-hmm.
If we had more time, we could have made it to the concert.
Pause. Keep going.
If I could live anywhere, it'd be New York City.
Pause. Classic choice.
And one more. If life had a rewind button, I'd go back to last summer.
Pause. Great job.
Got that, Phil.
Speaking them aloud like that, it really builds that muscle memory for fluency, doesn't it? It's one of the most, I think, underrated ways to really internalize these patterns.
Yeah, definitely.
Moves it from just knowing about it to actually being able to use it automatically. You start to feel the grammar, not just think about it.
Totally agree. Okay, so we've explored the theory, the fun side, the pop culture. Now let's look at how imagining possibilities can actually shape real life. We have a really powerful story here.
Oh, excellent.
Picture this. A college student. Let's call her Maya. She dreams of being a writer, but she feels stuck. Small town, not many opportunities.
Okay, I can picture that.
She often thought, if I lived in LA, then I'd finally chase my writing dreams. But here's the thing. Instead of just leaving it as a daydream, she started a blog. Just for herself at first.
Smart move.
Yeah. And she started writing posts, actually putting those what-ifs into words, like, if I could just reach 1,000 people with my writing, maybe I could inspire someone. Expressing those hypotheticals clearly, imaginatively, it actually helped her define her goals.
So it gave her direction.
Exactly. Her blog started growing. She kept writing, practicing her English with every post. And fast forward 3 years, thanks to the momentum and the clarity she got from articulating those unreal situations as potential steps.
Yeah.
She moved to LA,
Wow.
got a publishing deal, and now she is inspiring people globally.
That's a fantastic example. Maya really shows how these hypotheticals, these unreal situations, they don't have to stay hypothetical. They can genuinely lead to real results.
Right.
It wasn't just the dream itself, but her ability to articulate it, to give voice to those what-ifs that seem to empower her to turn them into reality. It just reinforces that knowledge, especially about expressing possibilities, is most valuable when you actually understand it and apply it.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, you really start to see how these unreal situations are just woven into the fabric of, say, American culture.
Oh,
You
definitely.
hear people say things all the time like, oh, if I could just do it all over again, or if I'd only known earlier.
Regret and reflection, yeah.
And a really relatable one, especially I think for younger generations. If I didn't care so much what people thought, I'd totally do it my way.
So true. Gen Z, millennials, they really seem to love expressing their what-ifs, whether it's in memes, song lyrics, or just those, moments of deep reflection.
Why do you think they resonate so much?
That's a great question. I mean, think about popular movies like La La Land or Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Ah, good example.
They hit hard precisely because they explore these unreal, imagined alternate realities. We all kind of inherently wonder, what could life be like if,
Yeah, the path not taken.
Exactly. So being able to talk about those possibilities fluently in English, it doesn't just boost your comprehension of these cultural touchstones, it genuinely connects you more deeply to the ideas and the people around you. Learning English isn't just about verbs and vocab, right?
Right.
It's about unlocking your voice to express the full range of human thought, and imagination is such a key part of that.
Beautifully put. Okay, so let's do a really quick recap of what we've covered in this deep dive.
Sounds good.
We explored unreal situations, how they let us express all sorts of emotions, dreams, even humor. We dove into practical stuff like modern slang, remember if I had that bag,
Yeah.
fumble the bag, main character energy.
Oh, cool stuff.
Showed how those add nuance, authenticity. We covered pronunciation tips like nailing if I were instead of was, and getting those clear day sounds and contractions like I'd.
Crucial details for fluency.
And we saw how these ideas are just alive and kicking in pop culture, TikTok POVs, euphoria daydreams, those funny Netflix show jokes.
Learning through culture.
We even practiced together and shared Maya's story, showing how voicing your imagination can actually lead to real results.
And just to tie that back again to the broader culture and the personal impact, these what-ifs really are embedded in American culture, and especially in how Gen Z and millennials express themselves. Oh, sure. Phrases like, if I could do it all over again, or if I didn't care what people thought, they resonate because they tap into universal human things, reflection, aspiration. Being able to talk about these possibilities in fluent English, it really does connect you more deeply.
It's more than just language learning.
Way more. It reinforces that idea that learning English is about unlocking your full voice. And imagination is just an absolute pivotal part of that whole journey.
Absolutely. So here's a final thought for you to take away from this deep dive. If you could truly be fluent, wouldn't you take just one more step today?
Good question.
Go ahead, think about your own what-if sentences. Give voice to those dreams, those possibilities you imagine, because you never know. Your dream sentences might just become your real story someday.
Love that.
Today's deep dive was all about mastering fluent English through real conversations the secret schools never teach.